RDZN, ticker symbol RDZN, a lot of the shareholders are frustrated right now from what I've seen in online investor communities. And they keep doing good things. They're expanding themselves into the United States. They're acquiring more contracts, signing new contracts. They're growing its AI-powered insurance and mobility platform. And even with all that, the stock price hasn't exactly reflected what many shareholders were hoping for. As you do see here, RDZN closed the day, or not the day, but it closed yesterday at $1.66. And we're not even at the recent highs at the what is that? That's $2.40. We're not even around those highs at the moment right now. And not that we haven't been here before, because we cover other stocks that do continue to get either more PR or they continue to grow the business fundamentally, and we still stay stuck at lower prices than anticipated. But that is in my opinion, that is a mistake that investors can make. Because while many investors are focused on the day-to-day share price, not me, not here at InvestQ, I'm much more interested in what's happening underneath the hood, underneath the shallow view that many retail investors typically can have. And I want to be looking at the underlying business itself. And today, what RDZN, or not today, it was let me see what day the article came out. It was on June 18th. Yeah, on June 18th. So yesterday, it announced that RDZN expands its United States footprint with a $102 million embedded roadside contract. And shout out to you, Danny Zeno, again, as you were the one that mentioned the article, and I'm covering this content, and I'm covering this video specifically for you and all the RDZN shareholders. So thank you all for tuning in. And what it did is, so it announced this $1.2 million contract, and it's in its annual revenue. Well, at the moment, it's giving the company access to a platform that is serving more than 500,000 users. You can just take a look at the article right here. All that is stated. It's just, I'll highlight it for you right here. And the contract, the contract alone, obviously, as you can see from the share price, it does not change the overall share price like that. Not this contract, and typically not any contract usually does that just like that. There's lots of things that need to be stacked up together. But what I do think, and what I think that this shows, is that management, it continues to execute a strategy for expanding in the United States. And being able to provide that its AI powered platform can win real world commercial customers. And RDZN, well, I guess in my perspective, if I were RDZN, is what I'm saying. If I not RDZN, but if I was a shareholder of RDZN, if I believed in the long term thesis and I wanted to believe in the long term thesis, I'd view news like what came out yesterday as a minor bullish stacking point, and the weak share price that we have been seeing recently as an opportunity to accumulate more shares. Because while this is not a major, massive news catalyst, if I was the shareholder like I am when it comes to COSQ, CTM, Big Bear AI, SoFi, if I saw this, I would like to see this. I'd like to see that they're expanding, and I would view this as a small bullish data point to be another small reason to continue to accumulate shares in the company I hold as a long-term thesis, as a long-term investment. That's how I view it as. This article alone wouldn't, if I was somebody new, completely new to RDZN, and I was like, hey, should I buy this or not buy this? If I saw that one article, that's not going to make me buy the stock. But if I'm already a shareholder and I already have a long-term thesis that I've come up with myself after doing lots and lots and lots of due diligence, I would just view this as, oh, okay, that's good. Okay, so the share price didn't increase because of the good news. Let's just keep accumulating shares. That's all I would view it as, nothing more. So the announcement regarding this, obviously investors they did get excited about it, but you do need to temper your expectations and your excitement because this is not some massive game changer as I'm mentioning right now. I think there are a few details that are buried inside this press release that are actually more important than the dollar amount alone, which compared to other companies isn't that much of a dollar amount to begin with, because an additional $1.2 million in annual revenue is pretty, not to sound pessimistic or anything like that. I'm not trying to sound that way, but $1.2 million in additional annual revenue isn't that big of a number for a public company, a publicly traded company. So, according to the announcement right here, again, shout out to you again, Danny Zeno. The announcement for the it stated that the National Auto Club, NAC, will become the exclusive roadside assistance provider embedded directly inside a consumer mobile application that serves more than 500,000 users. Now, instead of customers calling a traditional roadside assistance phone number, the entire process will happen digitally through the application. And users, they will be able to request help, track services, track service providers, receive updates, and complete the entire roadside assistance process directly within the app, all at the click of a button on your phone. And the reason that this matters is because this does make the story a little more interesting, because RDZN isn't simply selling roadside assistance. That's not all they do. The company is deploying its Strand-D AI platform. Quick reminder before we continue, if you're enjoying the content and want to connect with the community, check out the first link below for the free InvestQ community. And if you want access to advanced stock research and tools, the second link is a Prophecy 7-day trial for just $7. And last, if you want daily market updates and behind the scenes content, follow me on Instagram using the third link in the description. Now, let's get back to the video. And regarding Strand-D AI, management says that it uses AI agents to coordinate the entire service lifecycle, which entails incident reporting, provider matching, GPS tracking, ETA management, and job completion. So in other words, RDZN is trying to automate and modernize roadside assistance using AI rather than relying on traditional call center operations. And what's interesting is that the roadside assistance service is becoming embedded directly into the customer's application, rather than forcing the users to leave the platform and call a support center. And that creates a much smoother user experience while showcasing the practical use of RDZN's technology in a real-world environment. Now, the number that investors shouldn't focus on isn't the $1.2 million. The number you should be paying attention to is the 500,000 plus users, because also the CEO of RDZN also stated that he believes that the embedded roadside model is highly replicable across other distribution partners. And why that statement actually may be the most important part of the entire press release right here is because if RDZN can repeatedly sign similar partnerships, the company could continue expanding its platforms across larger customer bases all throughout the United States. And another thing that stood out to me is their heavy interest in the United States, as they do state there that their goal is to make the United States RDZN's largest market over the next 2 to 3 years, and every contract like this moves them closer to that goal. So that's a pretty significant statement, because investors, what it does is it provides info where management believes the greatest growth opportunities exist, and the contract, it is being presented as another step towards that goal. So overall, regarding RDZN, what is it that you guys think? Are you guys shareholders of RDZN? Are you looking to buy? You haven't bought in yet? Did you sell RDZN? Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the company. And also, feel free to let me know what you want to see in future upcoming videos, as I do love making the content you want to see. And feel free to hit the like and subscribe button, as I do appreciate the support from you guys. But with that being said, stay safe, keep making good decisions with your long-term portfolios, and I'll see you all in the next video.